final MCU movie of Phase 3 is here, Spider-Man Far From Home. It's only been a hot minute since Endgame, but dang it, I want to see what happens next. So, thank goodness Sony's got us covered. So, how's our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man faring after not feeling so good? Well, pretty nicely. Oh, he's definitely a wreck after Endgame, I'm just talking about the movie's quality. I think it's great. Far From Home is an immensely enjoyable ride from beginning to end, being that great bit of levity we need after Endgame, similar to how the Ant-Man films were breathers after the last two Avengers films. Guess when the going gets rough, bugs seem to be the best option for Marvel. Who knew? It does a really great job highlighting the stress and pressure Spider-Man suffers in life after Endgame, while also providing a new take on the web-slinger as we finally have a movie about him outside of New York. We got a glimpse of how Spidey would work outside of his comfort zone with Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame, but now we have a full movie where he's out and about in the foreign world. This works not just to make the movie feel fresh, but also on a thematic level to demonstrate the heightened stakes and responsibilities Spidey has on his shoulders after his little scuffle with Thanos, while conflicting with Peter's wish to live a normal life, something people felt was lacking in Homecoming. Like last time, the vibe of a superhero high school drama continues, still allowing this series to stand out in the MCU, which is one of Phase 3's biggest strengths. This time, Peter's trying to get with MJ, but as always, hijinks and evil ensues. It feels kinda sudden that Peter has suddenly fallen for MJ, and that's a bit of a problem, but they already had a nice dynamic as friends in Homecoming that it's nothing too bad. While on the topic of atmosphere though, something worth pointing out is that this movie's funny. Very funny. Incredibly funny. Maybe too funny. Don't get me wrong, this movie's a riot and it's enjoyable, but I feel like the jokes went a little too fast and frequently for this movie, especially compared to Homecoming. With the circumstances and the themes the film tackles, the amount of jokes can sometimes take away from the tension, or at the very least feel sudden. You feel like you're not watching the same movie at times. Of course, I'm not saying comedy and drama can't coexist. Guardians of the Galaxy does that particularly well. It's just that these amount of jokes, the distorted pacing of the first act, and the overall message the movie gives muddles up the experience quite a bit. And yeah, the pacing is off. Some scenes just feel out of place, like they needed to be swapped around. The movie struggles to find its identity made apparent by the sheer amount of jokes it has compared to the rest of the film. But when it picks up hard. A lot of this is attributed to the man, the myth, the legend, Mysterio. I can't get into things due to spoilers, but his involvement shakes things up not just for the film, but for the future of the MCU in general. Another excellent character. He lays on this level of suspense from his initial appearance to his final scenes. You're constantly on edge about him because, well, let's be real, we all know how he is in the comics. He's a bad guy, the master of illusions, but is he a bad guy here? Is he being truthful, or is he just bluffing? This sort of conflict of perception and you wanting to believe something versus what you should believe allows you to relate more to Spider-Man and what he's going through. That level of relatability between the audience and the characters is something I definitely enjoy in movies, and this film picks it up well. It keeps you gripped. You and Spidey are on this emotional and mental roller coaster together as we become as impressionable as he is, which makes things all the more effective. Spider-Man Far From Home has a ton of surprises, great characters, strong themes, and is an overall entertaining epilogue to this 10-year journey. A definite love letter for fans, that's for sure, especially as we near the end. It has its issues, but it doesn't take away from the film too much. But no doubt, this is a movie that, like Toy Story 4, can be divisive due to the continued dependency of Iron Man on Spidey's life. I can see where all these people are coming from, afraid he'll become an Iron Man Jr., if he isn't that already. But hey, like I said with the Grinch a long while back, this is the third interpretation of the character. It needs spicing up. I appreciate the renewed focus on responsibility, just with a new Uncle Ben to focus on, and I'm alright with that as long as the message carries on. But hey, that's just me. All I know is this is a great addition to the MCU and bring it on, Comic-Con!